Birth defects and illnesses showing up in the children and now the grandchildren of veterans contaminated by poison. Is it evidence or coincidence? Tens of thousands of American soldiers and sailors, along with their children, are suffering severe health problems because they were exposed to or sprayed with a powerful toxic weed killer.
Yeah, it's an herbicide called Agent Orange. It was widely used by the military during the Vietnam War era. And it had a horrible effect on veterans as well as their children. But listen to this. Target A senior investigative reporter Steve Andrews says that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg. This goes on beyond that second or third generation.
You know, Agent Orange is perhaps one of the deadliest concoctions ever created. Wherever sprayed, it wiped out jungle growth where the enemy hid. It causes cancer, leukemia in veterans, birth defects in their children, now concerns they're passing down poison to their grandchildren. She looks like any 9-year-old playing with her dog. But Emma Ackerson has a list of medical conditions that keeps getting longer.
I don't know why.
Emma suffers headaches, stomach pain, muscle fatigue, and heart problems.
All of a sudden, she gets pale, she gets dark circles under her eyes, and you either have to lay her down on the floor or you have to pick her up because she'll pass out.
According to her mom, Carrie, Emma's problems stem from a birth defect called Chiari malformation.
It's a structural defect in the brain where part of the brain is going down into the spinal column.
It's a condition associated with Agent Orange exposure. Emma's grandfather, Navy veteran Lonnie Kilpatrick, was exposed to the toxic herbicide while on Guam. It destroyed his heart.
Unbelievable.
After an 8-year struggle, 8 on Your Side assisted Lonnie in obtaining Agent Orange benefits from the VA. He died weeks later from cancer the VA missed. Sheila Kilpatrick, Emma's grandmother, also lived on Guam in an apartment complex near jungle that was also sprayed.
All my kids, they all have something, heart problems.
Carrie was diagnosed with heart trouble at age 20.
I black out probably 20 times a day. Every time I stand up, my vision goes black. I wake up in the middle of the night feeling like I'm gonna die.
Carrie was also born with Chiari malformation. Many of Emma's and Carrie's medical issues show up on lists of illnesses associated with Agent Orange. The VA dismisses most as not connected. Leroy Foster claims he sprayed Agent Orange on Guam. He has 28 autoimmune diseases and terminal cancer. Leroy's granddaughter was born with 24 fingers and toes.
I carry terrible guilt because all these children I've hurt and all the unborn children that died that didn't have a chance to live.
Betty Menikisi, Executive Director of Birth Defect Research for Children, is gathering data on children of veterans who served in Vietnam, where the military sprayed millions of gallons of Agent Orange.
I am absolutely convinced by the data that there is something significant going on in the children of Vietnam veterans.
She claims studies to date are insufficient and chides the VA for dragging its feet on research mandated by Congress.
I know that industry doesn't want these connections made, but if it's happening, it's happening. It isn't going to go away because you don't like the answer.
At age 6, Emma underwent corrective brain surgery. Her symptoms returned within weeks.
She asks, you know, why is she being punished? And I try to explain, I'm like, you're not being punished. You know, we have to find a cure.
At night, it's worse.
When I get in the bed, after a few minutes, I just start feeling hot, sweaty.
Emma wears a cooling vest and ice packs to help maintain her body temperature. And then there's the pain.
But when you have to lay in bed every night and watch your child suffer and there's nothing you can do, I feel like I apologize to her all the time, but I can't help her.
Now, according to Betty Menikisi, birth defects are caused by many factors, not just exposure to Agent Orange. But data at Birth Defect Research for Children shows among children of Vietnam veterans, there is an increase in learning, attention, immune, endocrine, and skin disorders. Incidence of birth defects also will be greater among children of veterans who actually handled the agent or sprayed it, and of course those who were sprayed.
Yeah, as you showed in that report, it's just awful. It's hard to watch. But I mean, if you're a parent and you have a child, how do you go about talking about this, and what do you do next if you think that their grandparents or somehow they were exposed to this?
Yeah, you kind of feel lost. I mean, the Vietnam Veterans of America urges veterans to file a claim with the VA. Now, expect it to be denied, okay? But it's important for them to get registered. Also, register with Birth Defect Research for Children. There's a link to their website on our web page. Now, the Vietnam Veterans Association of America says it's received reports that children of veterans, grandchildren of veterans, even great-grandchildren of veterans.
You said maybe 7 generations?
Well, the laboratory tests show possibly 7 generations are
My
affected.
goodness.
We're talking 3 here.
Yeah.
Who knows what we're talking about at this point?
Incredible.
It's sad.
Staggering, yes. Thank you very much. If you need help identifying diseases associated with Agent Orange exposure or ways to get in touch with people who can help, our digital team has it all posted on WFLA.com and on our social media pages.